Greetings everyone, this is Manish here. I welcome you all in my 10th video of Introduction to Programming Language C. Today's topic is control statements. What are control statements? Control statements are such instructions which controls the flow of execution of the program. Right? These control statements are divided into two parts. One is conditional, other one is non-conditional. Conditional control statements are such statements which are based on one particular condition, right? If one particular condition is true or false, then a particular segment of statements will be executed, otherwise it will be skipped. Or it may be iterations, the loops, right? On a particular condition, a particular set of statements will be executing a number of times, right? These type of control statements are divided into two parts: decision control statements and iterations or loops. Decision control statements have following: if else, nested if else, and switch case statement. Iterations have loops: while loop, do while, and for loop. Non-conditional control statements have break, continue, and go to statement, right? Today we will concentrate on if else, and nested if else. In my previous videos, also I have explained a little bit about it. Today we are going to do it in the detail. Let's have a look at this if statement. The syntax of if statement is: if bracket starts, expression bracket closes, within the curly brackets the body of if segment will be written. Now, depending on the value of this expression, this will be executed, right? If this expression is non-zero expression, that means the output of the expression is non-zero, then statement set 1 will be executed. If it is a zero expression, then in that case the statement set 1 will be skipped. It will not be executed, right? For example, if I is less than equal to 10, this is our expression, right? If this expression is true, if this expression is non-zero expression, then these statements will be executed that you have written within the curly brackets, right? Now, for example, I have initialized I is equal to 2. Now what we are checking here, 2 is less than equal to 10. So this is true. In that case, I will be increased by 1, right? Now suppose if the value of I is 12. Now here we are checking 12 is less than equal to 10. In this case it is false. In that case, this I++ statement will not be executed, right? So this is how your if statement works, right? Let's see the next part, if else. Let's have a look at this. This is if and else statement. The syntax is: if bracket starts, expression bracket closes, within the curly bracket the body of if will be written. That means whatever statements you want to run within if, those statements will be mentioned, right? After closing this curly bracket, we'll write else. Else, curly bracket starts and curly bracket closes. Within these two curly brackets, we'll write the body of else, right? Now, depending on this expression, whether it is 0 or non-zero, one of the statement set will be executed, okay? Depending on this expression, if this expression is non-zero expression, then if statement set 1 will be executed. That means the body of if will be executed, okay? If this expression is a zero expression, in that case the body of else will be executed, okay? Now there is no case in which both the statement sets will execute. Only one of the statement set will execute in one run of your program, right? For example, I have mentioned here if bracket starts I %2 is equal to 0. equality operator I have used here, equal to. Right? Now what I am checking here, whether the remainder after division by 2 is 0 or not. If it is 0, then it is an even number, else it is an odd number. Right? Now suppose I initialize I by 10. Now what will happen here? I percent 2, that means 10% 2, the remainder will be 0. So 0 equal to 0, which comes true, right? In that case, if segment will be executed, that means the output will be 10 is even number, right? Percent %d I have used, that is conversion string for integer, and I am printing on this place, right? The value of I will be printed on percent %d's place. So 10 is even number, right? Suppose I change this value to 11. Now we are checking 11% 2 equal to 0. The remainder will be 1. So 1 equal to 0, which is false. In that case, else part will be executed and you will have the output like 11 is odd number, right? I hope you have understood this. Let's go to the next part of it, that is nested if else. Let's have a look at this. This is called nested if else. Nested if else means you have if else segment within the body of if or within the body of else. This is called nested, right? Now the level of nesting is not limited. You can have n number of if else mentioned within the body of if or within the body of else, right? Whatever you have started within the body of if will get closed inside only, and whatever you have started within the body of else will get closed inside the body of else segment only. Let's have a look. For example, what I have done is I have taken a variable a and I'm checking the divisibility by 2, right? I have written a% 2 is equal to 0. Now what I'm checking here, I'm checking whether a is divisible by 2 or not. If it is divisible by 2, then come inside and check it one more time, divisibility by 5. Now a% 5 equal to 2, sorry, a% 5 equal to 0 is checking the divisibility of a by 5, whether this a's value is divisible by 5 or not. If it is, then this statement will be printed as output, and the statement is it is even number which is divisible, it is even number divisible by 5, else it is even number not divisible by 5. Okay, if this statement comes false, right, if it is not even number, then this whole part will be left and control will come in the else segment, and in the else segment we have written it is an odd number, right? Now suppose I say the value of a is 20, right? Now what will happen? 20% to 0, it comes true. The control will come inside and will check this condition now. 20% 5 equal to 0, this is also true. In that case, this statement will be printed as output that it is even number divisible by 5. Take another example. Suppose your number is 22, right? Now a divided by 2, that means 22 divided by 2, and the answer will come true, right? Now this is true. The control will come inside the if segment. Here 22 divisible by 5 or not, right? Now 22 is not divisible by 5, so control will come in the else statement. Now else statement says it is an even number not divisible by 5, right? Take another example. Suppose a's value is 23. Okay, now here what we are checking, 23 divisible by 2 or not. it is not, then control will come in the else part directly and the message will be printed, it is odd number. Right? Hope you have understood all these concepts. Today we have done if else and nested if else. Now let's have a look at the program in which we can use all these concepts. Let's have a look at this program. This program is checking whether the scanned number is positive, negative or a zero number. Right? Now in this program I have taken one integer and scanned that integer. Now in further if statements, this number is compared first with 0. If a is greater than 0, then number will be positive. So printf positive number. If a is less than 0, then number will be negative. So printf negative number. If a equal to 0, that means number is going to be 0. So printf 0. Right? So this program will give you output depending on the conditions which we have given with if. So there was no else part, there is no otherwise to it. Right? If this happens, then this will be executed, otherwise the next statement will be followed. Right? So this is how this program is going to run. Let's have a look what output we are going to get out of it. So run this program. Now suppose we enter 5, right? Positive number. Let's run it once again. -5, negative number. And once more, if we enter 0, 0. Let's see how this program runs step by step, right? So first of all, your control will come on main, inside clear screen, printf, scanf. Scanf, we need to enter a number. Suppose we enter 5. Now here it's going to be checked whether 5 is greater than 0. So 5 is greater than 0. So this if statement will be executed and printf positive number will be output. In the next condition, a is greater than 0. That means 5 is greater than 0. This is false. Again this will be skipped. A is equal to 0, 5 is equal to 0, again false. So this if statement will also be skipped. Here you will get the output as positive number, right? And now your program terminates. Let's run it once again. Clear screen, printf, scanf. Now suppose this time we have entered -5, right? If -5 is greater than 0, false, this will be skipped. -5 less than 0, it is true, so this will be executed. -5 equal to 0, again false, right? So output will be negative number. Okay, now let's run it once again, right? Clear screen, printf, scanf. Now suppose this time number is 0, right? So if 0 is greater than 0, this will be false, it will be skipped. 0 is less than 0, again it's going to be false. 0 is equal to 0, now this is true, so this will be executed and your program gives you answer as 0, right? And after that program terminates, right? So this is how it's going to run. Let's have a look at this program. This program is taking two integers and checking whether first number is divisible by second number or not, right? Here I have taken two integer variables. After that I have scanned these two integer variables, and here I am checking whether a is divisible by b or not. So a%b will give us the remainder after dividing a by b, right? And if that remainder is equal to 0, that means a is divisible by b, else a is not divisible by b, right? So let's see how this program works. Now suppose first number is 20, that means this will be the value of a and 2 will be the value of b, So 20 is divisible by 2, right? Now let's run it once again. Suppose the number given here is 15. This will be value of A, and 2, this will be the value of B. 15 is not divisible by 2, right? So this is the simplest example for checking how your if and else works. Now, so if this statement is true, in that case if segment will be executing, right? Otherwise it will be skipped and else part will execute, right? So in this case there will be no condition that both the statements will execute. Either of the statement will be executing depending on the condition that we have given in if segment, right? Let's see step by step how it works. So main will start executing, clear screen, printf statement, scanf. Now here it is asking you to enter two numbers. Suppose first number is 20 and second number is 10. So 20 will be the value of A and 10 will be the value of B. So here 20% 10, the remainder will be 0. So 0 equal to 0, right? So if 0 equal to 0 is true, in that case if segment will be executing, right? And else will be skipped. Okay, so let's see the answer. So 20 is divisible by 10, right? And then your program terminates. Okay, let's see one more time how it works. So main, clear screen, printf, scanf. Now suppose this time numbers given are 15 and 10, right? So 15 divided by 10, remainder will be 5. 5 equal to 5, condition is going to, 5 equal to 0, condition will be false. So in this case if segment will be skipped and else part will execute. Okay, now in this case you will have the output as 15 is not divisible by 10, right? And after that your program terminates. So this is how it works. Now there is third condition, that is nested if else, right? For that, have a look at this program. This program is checking whether the given year is a leap year or not. Now in this program I have one integer and I'm scanning that integer. First of all, let me explain you how do we check whether a number is whether the given year is a leap year or not, right? The most common is we divide it by 4. Okay, if the given year is divisible by 4, then it is a leap year, otherwise it is not a leap year. But there is one more thing into it. If the given number is a complete century, for example 1700, 1600, 1800, these are complete century years. So these numbers are not divided by 4. These numbers are divided by 400, right? If I give you an year 1700, then it will be the divisibility will be checked by 400, not by 4. Okay, so we need to take this part also into consideration, and then we have made this program. So here first of all it is checking whether the given year is divisible by 100 or not, right? If it is divisible by 100, then if segment will be executing, and inside if there is one more if, right? If A is divisible by 400, if it is complete century, first of all we are checking whether it is a complete century year or not, right? If it is complete century, then it will be, the divisibility will be checked by 400. If it is divisible by 400, then it is a leap year, else it is not a leap year. Now suppose it is not a complete century year, it is something like 2015 or 2016 or 1996. If such kind of year have been entered, then in that case this condition will be false. This condition will be false. So, and because this will be false, so if part will be executing. this one, right? So it is not a complete century year then. If it is not a complete century year, then we'll divide it by 4. So divisibility by 4 will be checked. If it is divisible by 4, then it is a leap year, else it is not a leap year, right? Now let's see how it works. Let's run this program. Suppose year given is 1600, right? It is a leap year, right? Suppose we give year as 1700, right? Here is not a leap year. Okay, now let's check some other year. Suppose 1996, right? It's a leap year. And suppose year given is 1998, it is not a leap year. Now let's see step by step how it works, right? It will come on main, printf, scanf, and suppose we give 1600. Now 1600 first will be checked by 100, so the remainder will be 0, 0 equal to 0. If part will be executing a percent 400, 1600% 400, right? So 1600 is divisible by 400. Again 0 equal to 0. In this case also, if part will be executing, so yes, it is a leap year, and your else part will be skipped. Again the else part of main if will be skipped, and you will have an answer as year is a leap year, right? And your program terminates here. Let's see one more time. Now suppose this time 1800 is given. 1800 is divisible by 100, so if part will be executing again. Now 1800 divisible by 400, this will be false, right? So in this case, else part of this if statement will be executing. Year is not a leap year, right? And if else part of main if will be skipped in this case, and you will have an answer as year is not a leap year, right? Let's see once again. Let's enter 1996, right? Now here this if statement will be false. 1996 divisible by 100 will be false, right? In this case, if segment will be skipped and else will be executing. So 1996 divisible by 4, this will be true, so it's a leap year, and you'll have an you'll have your answer as year is a leap year, right? And program terminates. Let's see once more time, right? Now this time suppose 1997 is given. Okay, now this if condition will be false, right? Else 1997 divisible by 4, this will be false again, right? So else part will be executing. Year is not a leap year, right? This is how you'll have your answer. Year is not a leap year, right? And program terminates. I hope you have understood this concept, and if you have any kind of doubts, you can send your questions in the comment section of this video. Thank you for watching this video. Please like, subscribe, and share my channel. Thank you so much.